Hey guys, this is Colin Warren, Cougs in Space Structures Team Lead. The video you're about to see is an instructional video on the arming and disarming procedure we put together in the club as part of our CubSat 1 launch. This is not our main launch that we're putting on a NASA spacecraft and launching up. This is actually a launch we're doing with the WSU Aerospace Club. We'll be putting it on one of their rocket that they'll be launching at IREC, Spaceport America 2018. As part of this, because there's an experimental payload we're putting on board to mainly test to see if our board survive, what some of the acceleration data we should expect to see. So to get all that data, there's a whole setup and tear down process for getting all the electronics set up. So I'll let my good man Greg Laws take it away as to how we're going to arm and disarm our satellite for this competition.
To ensure our CubSat has enough battery life to survive the flight, it is good to keep it up and charged. This will describe the charging procedure. First, you need to make sure that this is not plugged into anything. This goes to the battery, which is in this black container in the back. Then you will need to plug that into this little guy right here, into that port, which I cannot do with one hand, so I'm going to set my phone down. Okay, so that's what it should look like. And to the other side, we have this cord. Plug that into the other side. It only goes in one way. There we have it, and it is plugged in. On the other side, plug into USB drive on a laptop. Then this red light will turn on, indicating that you are charging. Do not worry about overcharging, but there is no indication of full charge. So just make sure it is charged for several hours and make sure its battery is full. And once you're done, then you can unplug these guys and be ready for arming. The arming procedure is as followed. First, make sure that the remove for flight pin is plugged into this hole right here. And if it is not, then do that. It should be holding this little lever down. Make sure of that. Second, take the cord that attaches to the battery, that would be this one, and plug it into the only receptacle that it fits in. That would be this one. Plug it in fully, and now power is going from the battery to the boards. But it will not begin being used until your move for flight pin is removed. So, once you are ready to fly, and at the last possible safe moment, you will pull out this remove for flight pin. This blue light will then turn on, and you will need to wait for about 60 seconds for the yellow and the green light to also turn on. While you are waiting for the lights to turn on, in this case they have already turned on, but while you're waiting, take a zip tie, one of these very thin ones, put it through the remove for flight hole, such that it is on the other side of this switch, and you will need to pull it through somehow. And this is not going to... Assuming the CubSat survives, the disarming procedure is as followed. Either start off by removing this battery cord from the main board. Do so carefully. Hold it by the white head of it and not by the cords. Or plug the remove for flight pin back in. Preferably do both of those. The order does not matter. It is now disarmed and ready to be transported back to Cougs in space.